Plastic Man #2. This is the mini with Gail Simone. It is rather wang, you might say. Adriana Mello is on the art. So this is... So I liked how this one started with, it's like, oh, he's looking for the kid with the hoodie.
Right.
And he's trying to find him. But it's like, wait a minute, wasn't the cliffhanger last time that he was like almost attacked by like the police? Because this whole conspiracy thing with the JLA member. And it gets to that eventually because he's looking around for the kid, and there's a lot of fun stuff with him, like just questioning various people, including the cats. He becomes a cat. He stretches into a cat to talk to the cats, and there's various other fun panels and pages. But eventually, it's the dancers who work at the club that he knows, and there's the one who's into him, but he's not into her because it's like, oh, the ones who are into me, I probably shouldn't be into, and then the ones I'm into would never want to be into me. And it's those two, it's the same two ladies that we met in the last issue, and they're debating about him. They find him like passed out, and they bring him in, and he explains kind of his backstory to them, and why he's looking for the kid. And it turns out the kid showed up and actually kind of saved them from the police at the end of the last issue. And he ended up running off with them, and he sort of like, does like a kite gliding thing with them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And it's all this thing. But then eventually, Man-Bat shows up, and what's interesting is this is like earlier days Plastic Man. He thinks it's Batman. He assumes because he's been scared of Batman as a criminal that this is what Batman's really like. And I'm like, no, it's Man-Bat. He's monstrous. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it also reminded me of what certain people saw Batman as in Batman Begins under the Scarecrow and the fear toxin.
Oh, sure, okay.
So I like that because again, it's like what you said was it's how the criminals see him. But when I looked at the face and then we get the reveal later, it actually is Man-Bat. I thought that was pretty clever.
No, it's good. I thought it was a fun little thing, and it ties more into this. Like, oh, there's a JLA traitor. Like, does he think it's Batman up until this point? And the kid's like, that's not Batman, you dummy. It's Man-Bat. In fact, he even goes to Batwoman to try and find this kid, and she's just like disgusted with his general attitude. In fact, I'm looking at these early pages where he's actually like pretending to be different things. I love that he turns into like an old woman jogger at one point. He's jogging with the old woman, and he becomes like the old woman version. In fact, we should probably talk about the page. It's like a Where's Wally/Waldo page where it says at the bottom, oh, find these fun items in this page. And there's a dog experiencing ennui. There's a street hustler selling robot vacuums. I can see that, yes. There's a family of street fighting emus.
I see them all.
Yeah, I can see
terrifying.
A kid who ironically probably ends up being a Robin for about 10 issues. He's at the back spray painting the Batman logo.
Yep.
A challenger of the unknown. I can see him. He's near the front.
Deep moral turpitude.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
And then Dan Didio, and I'm like, oh shit, that's right. There's Dan Didio in the bottom left.
Yep. And then it says Old Gum, which I'm not seeing, but sure.
Old Gum. What does that mean?
Looking for somebody stepping in gum. I thought that was pretty funny.
It's a really funny.
Flashing the horse gave me a good laugh.
Yeah, it's a really funny issue. I thought the banter with the two ladies was pretty good, and basically he feels guilty because when Man-Bat shows up, instead of staying to help the kid, he just runs away. He runs away because he can't take it. He's too scared, and he's guilty. That's why he has to find the kid. He has to be the hero. He has to try and right his wrong. And what's interesting is the lady who was into him was like, oh, I guess you were right. He's a bit of a sleazeball. He just left the kid, and then she's like, no, but he's running head first to face the one thing he's scared of to fix what he messed up. That's actually more heroic than I thought it was. So I like that back and forth there. So he eventually finds the kid. He ends up with the woman who's telling him about the conspiracy. What's her name? I forget her name here.
She works for Spiral.
Yeah, the Spiral assassin or whatever. So it turns out the kid's actually a girl because her hair falls out over her hoodie at one point. And then we get a couple of pages which the lawyers at DC must have really had to think about how to get away with this so that they weren't getting into trouble. Because basically once he realizes it's Man-Bat, once the kid tells him, he's like, oh, that's fine. And he turns into Smog from The Hobbit. and then cracks a joke about how those movies were too long. But he is wearing his sunglasses and his headphones still. It's a really funny image. And then the final page of the book, he turns into Optimus Prime, essentially, and says how these movies don't make any sense and are slightly racist. And then he turns into what I'm pretty sure is meant to be Iron Man and says, I don't want to say anything that will get me into trouble legally.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny. I thought I'd have blast with stuff.
I don't love this book as much as you do, so like, it's fine. I didn't like the cross cutting of the story, like how it kept jumping. Like when it opened up here, and I was like, wait a minute, we did the cops, and I kept going, and I couldn't remember anything that had happened.
Oh, I was into it because it kind of like it fell into kind of the comedy noir of it. Like it felt very noir to like jump ahead and then come back and like explain how the ending happened.
I did get a dark laugh out of the kids trying to plead with whoever captured her, and she's like, no, please don't. I'm what was it? The last line I remember was, I'm an orphan. And he goes, well, good, nobody will remember you then.
Yeah.
Or I'm just a kid. Well, we've killed younger.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, oh, well, I guess that's it then. Like, it did get a dark laugh out of that.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Oh. And then the book ends with him, he's talking to Man-Bat. He's like, now listen to me, you flying turd. I got people after me. I don't want to fight the Cabal. I need protection. How do I join? Which, maybe says that he's not going to be as heroic as he was, but I feel like he's probably going to try and infiltrate them for the sake of finding out who the bad guys are.
Yeah.
But no, I had a blast with it. I think this was better than the first issue. I think it was funny. I liked how it was jumping around. Like everything about this issue clicked for me. His relationship with the kid, his guilt over leaving the kid behind, just that general sense that he's kind of a loser, but he's trying to be better. Like all of that was really working, and I think Simone's sense of humor was really hitting this for me. And the art's pretty solid. So
I still, the best thing about it is the art, I feel.
So what are you giving it, Matt?
So this was like, it's not bad, but it's not my thing. So I don't want to give it too low. So I guess I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, I'm going with 8.5 on this one. Yeah. I really like this. Issue.
No. What about the Ginge?
He gave it a 7 as well. Which is funny. I thought he liked the first issue more. So maybe he just didn't like this one as much. I'll have to ask him. But I really like Plastic Man issue 2. So.